Yes, let's move on to Cartoon Network. Now,
Ooh,
what shows did you like from Cartoon Network?
I liked a
What,
few, but go on.
no, I was gonna say unless you wanted me to go first because I know that
Actually, yeah. Why don't
Cartoon.
you go first? Actually,
Okay,
let me bounce off you this time.
all right, cool. So Cartoon Network, excluding the anime because that's a different ball game. When we talk about the original shows, Samurai Jack, excellent stuff. I loved everything about the show. To be honest, the art style was simple, but in a cool way. Jack was a simple main character. It was a simple story. Good guy, evil demon. Evil demon keeps running away from the good guy. Good guy is
Mm.
trying to chase the evil demon and kill him. Really
You could
enjoyable.
say he keeps it simple.
He keeps it simple. Oh shit!
I don't know if I was gonna get that, but I got it, and I'm happy.
I was like, should I give it out? Yeah, why not? Go on then. Go on then.
Treat yourself.
I convinced myself. Yeah, Samurai Jack, great. Then there's other stuff which takes a different tone, like Dexter's Laboratory. Amazing. Omelette du fromage is still talked about on Twitter to this day. To this day. It's crazy. It's crazy. Dexter's Lab was really good.
Mm-hmm.
Like they got the 2-parent household down where like everyone's a bit wacky. Apart from Dexter, he's a genius for some reason. And he has a rival called Mandark. Mandark's laugh, I will never forget. And it's torturous. I hate it so much.
Oh, I don't even remember this guy. Man Dark.
Mandark, he wears glasses and has a bowl cut. And he laughs like, ha 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 ha.
Was he
I
there
don't
for
know
a lot
if
of episodes? Because all I
he,
remember is Dee Dee and Dexter, really, and
he
Mom's
wasn't
Trophy.
in,
Dad's
he
Trophy,
wasn't
sorry.
in, that's true. He wasn't in every episode, but it wasn't enough
Oh,
to be
okay,
a
fair
regular.
enough.
He was definitely a second tier character, supporting
Mm.
cast. And yeah, I mean, Dexter's mom is where a lot of people knew how to use wagon correctly. So there's also that.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, Dexter's Lab, great stuff.
You could say it was the first wagon on Cartoon Network.
She had no right to have.
I mean, you know, for the parents that have to sit around and watch Cartoon Network with their kids. There you go. It's like the Game of Thrones effect. Oh, do I like this story? Oh, but no, there's a wagon there. I'll stay for a bit. See where this goes.
The wagon effect. Okay, Cow and Chicken also very good, very wacky, crazy. I don't know how they got away with that. What was the name of the character? Is it the devil? The red guy with the cheeks.
Yes, I know who you mean. I can't remember the name though, but I know who you mean. And they
Yeah.
had like the fluffy thing around their neck.
No, that's another show which I'll talk about next. I always
Oh,
used to
okay.
confuse the two.
Mm.
But
Damn,
yeah,
Cartoon Network
Count
just.
they had a lot. 90s and noughties, they had a lot going on.
Mm.
Count Chicken, yeah, very good stuff. I am Weasel and I are Baboon, very good
Mm-hmm.
characters. I thought they could have had a successful spin-off. Maybe they did, I don't know.
There was an Iron Weasel show.
There probably was.
Yeah, so if they came from Cow and Chicken, yeah, he got a show. I thought the art style looked pretty similar.
Yeah.
I
Powerpuff
mean,
Girls, which is where the character with the thing around his neck comes
there
from.
it is.
His
Yeah,
name
yeah.
is Him. And I never got my head around that growing up. I was like, what is this character's name? Him. But what's his
Oh,
name? Him. Like I couldn't get that Him was his actual name
yeah.
because he would do that.
It was the original Rush Hour 3.
Yeah, basically. Powerpuff Girls was great because it featured girls as main characters who were just kick ass, and there
Yep.
wasn't a lot of that going on at the time. Everything was like, boys were the main character, which I didn't complain about, but it was good to get some variety. And each of the girls had a great personality. Blossom was the leader, Bubbles was the crybaby, and Buttercup
Oh,
was the cool one, was the badass. And
yeah.
you didn't have to tell her twice to beat someone up.
Yeah, she was
And
on it.
yeah, Mojo Jojo was one of the worst villains of all time
He just couldn't
because
get it right.
they just slapped him up for fun. One time, I think they broke into prison just to slap him up. And
Oh
he,
no.
he got finished by the girls. Like, I would have retired and gone into, like, I don't know, cleaning or something. Like, it's not worth it. You got 0 dubs. It's
And
not
here's
the
the
life
thing,
for you.
like, with all that genius, even Dexter was the same. Why not just become like an evil corporate mogul and just do it there? So, because here's the thing, right? Powerpuff Girls, not only are they, what, 9, 7, or whatever, like, they can fight, but are they lawyers? Do they know criminal law? Can they stop you from doing dodgy corporate deals, take over the corporate world, and then don't have to worry about the Powerpuff Girls? You're a genius monkey. All right, there are other ways.
Absolutely. I mean, it's all meant to be for kids' consumption. So
Yeah,
I guess they didn't think about logistics and realities and stuff. But yeah, definitely that's not what you do.
yeah, it's just a bit of fun, I guess. But it's annoying thinking about it now.
Yeah. Other stuff that I really enjoyed, Courage the Cowardly Dog, which was similar to Real Monsters, but a lot more palatable. I think Real Monsters was a bit too much. Like, Real Monsters was definitely geared towards older kids who were like, going through puberty and feeling really cool about themselves. And Courage was kind of like that transition period where you're starting to get bigger and stuff. Really enjoyable stuff. I think Courage is one of the funniest characters there is, and he doesn't speak a lick of English. It's amazing it's amazing how jokes can be conveyed without communication, and I think Courage does a very good job of doing that. Muriel is an amazing character, and RIP to the voice actress.
Peace, yeah.
And I think Eustace voice actor has also passed away, so RIP to him. But those two really they work so well with Courage. Eustace was a bully, Muriel was the defender. Apart from that one episode where Muriel was a kid, and I could not believe my eyes that bastard becomes Muriel. Sweet old Muriel became from that slump of crap. It was so there's a really good is a bit.
He looks evil as fuck. What the hell?
There's a really good bit where Kid Muriel goes to Courage, I want macaroni and cheese. And Courage makes macaroni and cheese, and then she says something like, "There's too much cheese in this one." And then Courage goes and makes one with less cheese, and then Muriel goes, "There's too much macaroni." And so Courage makes one with less macaroni and less cheese, and then Muriel goes, "It's not enough macaroni and cheese." So then after like 10 different attempts, Muriel's finally happy. He's like, "Yeah, finally, this is what I want." And she just knocks on the floor. She just spills the food everywhere.
Wow.
It's so funny. I love it.
Do you know what? I've just searched this, and this scene must be iconic because it's a meme. You'll find it memes.
What else did I like? I can't remember. Regular Show. If we're gonna time skip a little bit, Regular Show is really good. One of the stuff that has kept me watching Cartoon Network in my adult phase. Regular Show is amazing because it features 2 mid-20s just bumming around. To be honest, they're not doing anything with their lives, but they're trying to figure themselves out, and I really appreciate that. Mordecai is definitely.
Are those animals 20?
I think they're like 23.
Huh. Okay. Cool.
They're meant to be.
Yeah.
So Mordecai is definitely the more mature and calm one of the two. Rigby is very erratic and I would dare say illiterate. And like the hijinks they get into is amazing. But the supporting cast is such a gem. Like you've got Skips, he's a fairly simple character. But you've got Benson with anger management issues, which is hilarious. And then you've got Pops. Pops, who looks like Mr. Mackey. Like, it is really fun watching Pops like fly away and be scared and stuff. Like all the characters add a different dimension, and every episode is good because they all have this retro kind of feel. Like there's an episode where they go to the arcade and they fight this giant head. And there's another episode where they like go to a rock concert. It's very 80s or 90s inspired, and I like that cool retro look.
Oh,
And
Who's
Adventure Time. course.
Yeah.
Go on.
Well, before we get to mention, I just want to know who's the woman, because I've seen memes of this, who cries in the shower with her green titties hanging out.
That's a man. His name is Muscle Man.
Oh, my bad. Sorry, I always thought I was a woman.
No,
All right, that's
it's
muscle
because it's
man.
fat. It's fine.
Okay.
He's basically a wild hog, and when he gets angry, he starts like squealing, and then he's really powerful. So like he just starts breaking stuff. Mental character.
Oh, okay. I want to watch it at some point.
Regular show is
Definitely.
really good.
Yeah.
Definitely watch it if you get the chance. It should be on Netflix. Why aren't you on Netflix? Come on, man. Come
Is it on
man.
Netflix?
It's not.
Fine. I'll find the way. There's always a way.
I'm sure there are ways. Streamcast doesn't advocate for that, but I'm sure there are ways.
Legal ways, of course. What do you mean? Why wouldn't Streamcast advocate for
VPNs
Yeah,
are legal.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Incidentally, this episode of Streamcast is sponsored by NordVPN. It's not.
It's not. So let's not do that.
It's not.
Pay us the money and then we'll shout you out. We're not advertising for free out here.
Maybe one day.
Adventure Time, regular show's weird cousin. Really good stuff. Adventure Time is basically regular show if all the writers were on acid when writing the show. And I love it. Adventure Time has a few lessons hidden in their episodes here and there. And it's about Finn and Jake, and they have such a lovely brotherly bond. And I think Finn is one of the coolest designs ever, especially when he takes off his stupid hat. Like, I think Finn has got such a great design. And the weird fact that he's just OP in this weird world is funny to me. I love it. Often in times in fiction, humans are the weakest.
Yeah.
So it's good to see that humans aren't the weakest in this world and see all the exploits that they get up to.
Is Adventure Time an isekai?
What's an isekai?
So you know, I saw that online where he gets transported to another world. So anime where you get transported to like a different world that isn't yours, and you just have to live there because he's a human. So was he like chilling in his house one day and he got teleported to this world and he's having adventures, or is that ever explained why he's in this world or a human's part of this world?
I think humans are part of this world. I think this is an alternate reality of Earth when humans died out, and the human and Finn is one of the last ones. But I don't think it's an isekai situation.
Okay, fair.
Yeah,
it does look great.
It's really good. I recommend it.
I tried like 2 episodes. I just didn't get into it, and it's so upsetting because everyone seems to love it, and I'm like, wish I could be part of the cool kids.
It's definitely one that requires more episodes. It's a slow build, like Hunter x Hunter.
Fair enough.
If I'm honest, I think regular show is the better show, but I think Adventure Time has more appeal. But yeah, definitely give it a few episodes. Yeah, other than that, I can't remember anything else. Teen Titans. I love Teen Titans, the original Teen Titans. That's great.
There we go. Yeah.
That's a great
surprise.
series.
I was like, are you really not going to mention Teen Titans?
I almost forgot. I almost forgot it. Everything from the anime style opening to everyone's cool design. Cyborg, Robin, Raven, they all look really cool, and I love them. They have all their personalities showing. The one thing I don't like, but this is retrospectively, the same actors are in Teen Titans Go, and they're so much better now that when I went back to watch Teen Titans, they sound awful. They sound like newbie actors, which is fine. It's understandable. Tech wasn't great. Neither was direction back then. But it is a bit of a bummer because they're so much better now on Teen Titans Go.
But it's growth in him. Like it's what you want.
Yeah, it's definitely better this way around. So.
Yeah.
And that's about it. I've got Cramp Twins here as well, but they don't compare to like shows like Teen Titans and regular show.
No, not at all. Not at all. And it's funny you mentioned that actually, because like, I'm looking at my list and the ones that I enjoy the most are the ones that I guess came out later, the more new age shows, if that makes sense. So like on this list, X-Men Evolution's here, but I don't know if that was actually Cartoon Network.
I think it was. I think it was.
I saw other channels, and on the wiki it mentions Cartoon Network once. So I wasn't 100%. Yu-Gi-Oh's on there, but again, not too sure. Pokemon apparently, but I didn't watch it on Cartoon Network or whatever.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
remember that.
apparently.
Yu-Gi-Oh was definitely on Nickelodeon here. It might have been on
Oh
Cartoon
right,
Network in
okay.
the States, but Yu-Gi-Oh is a
Yeah,
Nickelodeon one
no, nice
in the
one.
UK.
So yeah, so like I've got some other ones here, but I'm pretty sure they don't count. So I'm just gonna go to the top of my list, the one I really enjoyed, and that was Steven Universe, which didn't
Oh,
come out in the 90s. Came out in the 2000s, I believe, and it's just up there for me because I think it's finished now. I think 5 seasons. There's another one called Steven Universe Future where he grows up. I haven't finished that because for me it's not the same charm. But Steven Universe, like lots of little 10-minute episodes, and already that is points for it because the amount of times I've accidentally binged a show, and I'm like, it's 11 p.m. and I got work tomorrow. I'll watch one or two more. It's 3 a.m.
oh
and I've got
no.
work tomorrow. Well, Steven Universe, like if you watch a couple too many, it's like okay, we only lost an hour and a bit. It's not
Yeah,
the end of the world. And it's just about this kid who is basically half human, like half alien, and he lives with his like alien aunties basically, and they just go on adventures. And for some reason, every single episode, Steven seems to solve like a really big like human dilemma or whatever. Be it his best friend doesn't want to like let down her parents because she always has to study and they've got high hopes for her, and how she deals with that could be something like someone was a villain, so the whole like rehabilitation of the villain to the good guy. So there's that in there as well, where they're learning you don't it's not the because basically he's like half gem, which is the alien, and then human, and all the gems are of the mind where whatever your gem is, that is your role, and you don't do anything. So all these like evil gems come to Earth to try and cause problems, and he basically just says, "No, there's a better way to do it." And there are some fights, but the most part, he just talks to them like we can do it a different way, and then they kind of like integrate into Earth society. And like by the end, there's lots of these gems living on Earth, like just enjoying a better life. And there's like always like a little lesson at the end of the episodes, and it's just really cute, and not cute. It's just really it's an easy watch with a
mm,
nice message at the end of it. Uh, like one of them, her name's like Amethyst, and so a little bit of spoiler alert, but the amethysts are like made on worlds. So basically, there's a big machine, and lots of amethysts like pop out. And she was kind of deformed, so she's a little bit shorter than all of them. And she always
right.
feels like she doesn't belong, basically, because she wasn't made on Homeworld. She was made like on Earth. But then as the episode goes on, she realizes, oh, everything's cool because I'm with people who care for me. But then another episode, so like certain plots get continued later on, but she finally meets other amethysts like her, and she just fits in immediately, and all of her like worries just go away, and it just kind of shows that like it's great to have friends, but sometimes like it's good to like find your roots and people who are like you. And yeah, it's just like lots of little you know stories and whatnot, and it's just an easy watch. So yeah, Steven Universe is up there for me. I probably, if Troy was here, he probably could have done it better. So I do apologize, Troy, for not bigging it up as well as you would. But yeah, Steven Universe is up there for me. When it comes to Cartoon Network, and I think that's it because everything else I watched from the 90s, and they're great. Don't get me wrong, but wouldn't watch them again if I'm honest. Nah.
Damn. Well, fair enough. Yeah, I've tried to watch Steven Universe a couple of times, and I don't know what it is. I've just not. It's not clicked for me for whatever reason.
Mm,
I know that Troy is pretty big on Steven Universe because he's tried one of their games that you can also check out on our YouTube, youtube.com/streamcast.
hmm
And yeah, it's one I've always wanted to get, but I haven't. Like similar to you with Adventure Time. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the art style, the color scheme, but I know that it's had a big impact on a lot of people. There are people who have straight up cried while watching episodes of it. So it's definitely got one of those vibes where it is easily consumable for children, but then it's got deeper, messages behind it.
Mm,
So I think that's just a sign of a really good show and fantastic writing for you to deliver an entertaining episode, and then there's a second meaning behind it. That's not easy.
yeah. It's all done in like 10 minutes as well. And before we move on, I've got to say, I have to say this, otherwise I'm not doing Steven Universe any justice. The music is just top tier. Like every single episode, it's amazing. And Rebecca Sugar, the woman behind it, like I think she's composed like all of them, or at least most of them. They're all gorgeous, and just one of the songs alone could probably make you cry. It's just
Wow.
that good. Yeah,
Oh. Troy also got in touch to say the amazing world of Gumball. And by the way, I do think he did a great job bigging up Steven Universe. So
cheers, thank
yeah,
you. This episode, incidentally, is also sponsored by Steven Universe. It's not.
no, it's
One
not.
day though, maybe one day.
Hopefully,
Maybe not
I
this year.
mean, I'd love to meet Rebecca Sugar and talk to her.
Mm. He seems pretty
Amaz-
cool.
Yeah, the Amazing World of Gumball. This is another one that just didn't click for me, and I watched it for like 2 seasons. But I think it's gotten better the longer it's been going on, because I caught an episode, I want to say like season 4 or 5, and it was really good. And I think it's centered around the little sibling, so they got better as they got on. But I don't think the early episodes were for me. I do like the color scheme here, and I do like the art style here, and they've got an interesting sense of humor with their writing and the delivery.
Yeah.
The voice actors are really good. I will say that much.
Nice. I honestly thought this was a different show because another show with a blue cat and also a pink cat, and they do kung fu. Don't know if that rings a bell, but I thought these were the same shows. They're clearly
Oh,
different though. I think it was Yin Yang
oh,
Yo. I think.
maybe.
Yeah, yeah, it was. Yeah, I thought this was Yin Yang Yo. So, all right, cool. I might try this then. I
Oh
might try
my
Amazing World of
days.
Gumball.
Yes, I remember Yin Yango,
Yeah, because
and
I
that
thought,
was a Jetix program.
just for fair. So I was like, oh, I've seen
So,
it, so I don't watch it again. But if they're different, maybe I'll
oh,
give
it's
it a
definitely
stab.
different. It's
Yeah.
definitely different.